What's the soup, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I just wanted to upload a quick video, just a quick rant about something that I've been noticing recently, and I wanted to do it in this more casual state. I've been away from my apartment and just away from being able to do YouTube for the last 2 weeks. I was just traveling for work and then got back and got a little bit sick, feeling under the weather even right now. But I still wanted to just shoot this out while I had the chance. In the last week or so, in the last 2 weeks, I've watched 2 great movies, or just entertaining movies, let's call it that. And that is Superman and the Fantastic Four. I think like most of everyone out there, I've been very turned off and put off by superhero movies in the last 2 to 3 years. Things other than Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse or those animated Spider-Man movies, I really haven't found the fun or the excitement that I used to in going to see superhero movies. I think a lot of it just got formulaic. Not that this isn't formulaic, but a lot of these more recent movies in the last 2 years got just overly formulaic. Couldn't really tell them apart. It seems like none of these movies had a personality of their own. But anyway, all of this to say that these 2 new movies from Marvel and DC are delightful. They're good. If you haven't seen those 2 movies, I would recommend you go watch them if you have nothing better to do. I'm not a huge going to the movies guy, but this honestly did bring me out. I think other than these 2 movies, the last movie that made me go to the theater was Friendship by Tim Robinson, which again, you should check out. But anyway, upon checking out Superman and the Fantastic Four, I do have to say that Superman blew me out of the water. Before this movie, I honestly thought Superman was super lame. He just has absolutely every superpower. So in my opinion, it was like, what's the fun, or like what's entertaining about seeing a superhero that can basically defeat anyone or anything? But I think this movie does a great way of like humanizing a god amongst men, and just how humanity is something that transcends humans or transcends morality in a way. And that might sound weird, but if you watch the movie, I think you know what I mean. I honestly did leave the movie just wanting to do better, as silly and lame as it sounds. And then Fantastic Four was cool. I mean, I think it's just like a classic like popcorn fun movie, but I think stylistically it was awesome. You know, seeing this alternative 1960s ultra futuristic version of Earth is super cool. Story wise, Superman. Other than that, like stylistically, Fantastic Four. Also, just to add this on, Superman has a great soundtrack. That Teddy Bear song is just amazing. The way the movie ends honestly gave me such a good feeling, and just I haven't been able to stop playing that song since I watched the movie. But anyway, this is not a video that's meant to just go over these 2 movies that I watched. Upon watching these movies, I've just been researching a lot about the movies and the characters. And when I'm researching about like Reed Richards, things from Pedro Pascal come up, because Pedro Pascal is who plays Reed Richards, which by the way, I think did great. But that then tricks the algorithm into showing me celebrity gossip news or Pedro Pascal news, specifically on Instagram. And that's led me to a weird rabbit hole, which is celebrity fan pages, and just how parasocially weird that whole thing is. I've been seeing this like big movement of like trying to paint Pedro Pascal as a creep. I'm honestly not going to speak on that. I don't know him personally. Like I've said in the past, I think that trying to have this like parasocial relationship with actors or singers or just celebrities in general is not the healthiest thing, but I've just been seeing a lot of people basically talking about Pedro Pascal. I think more specifically just because he's been everywhere, and I think people are just maybe tired of having him on everyone's screen so often. You know, he was in Gladiator, Last of Us, Fantastic Four, and I know he was in other movies that I can't think of right now, but yeah, he's been everywhere. And me personally, I've liked Pedro Pascal since, I don't remember what I first saw him in. I think it was Game of Thrones, and I thought he did great there. He won my heart in that Nicolas Cage movie that they did together, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Again, a great movie if you haven't watched it. Both Nick Cage and Pedro Pascal are great in it. All that to say that I like him. I think he's cool. Nothing else, nothing less. But then there's these people who are just going to town on him and just like analyzing a bunch of footage from him from the beginning of his career till now. And then there are people who are diehard fans of him, and just seeing these weird interactions between the fans and this actor who doesn't necessarily even know who these people are, it's just weird. It feels weird to me. It feels distasteful, I want to say. And I think it's ultimately not getting anyone anywhere. And through that, just through seeing that, I think I just like started digging deeper and started like researching more on celebrity fan pages and who are these people. So all of this to say is like, I don't know who these people are. I don't think I know anyone personally who like takes the time out of their day to comment on celebrity gossip pages or celebrity update pages. I think I've had people in the past who I've I've known who maybe keep up with celebrity pages, but more for like outfit inspiration. I knew someone in the past who like really liked a certain personality and would keep up with that personality just to see what they were putting on, and they would emulate similar outfits, which that I don't mind. I think that's pretty normal. I think sometimes when trying to pick out what to wear, it's cool and normal to choose people who you like how they dress. Anyway, going off on a tangent, but what I think is weird is when you kind of like get it into your brain that you have this personal relationship with this personality, may that be an actor or singer or a reality TV star or a YouTuber or a social media influencer. I don't know, whatever it is. I just think it's weird. It's like, I don't know where it stems from. And I think ultimately it leads to like these delusions where you start building this narrative in your head that ultimately doesn't serve you or anyone involved. This person doesn't know you exist, and you're just shouting into the abyss, defending them from either bots or just people who are trolling. And I know it's been around for forever. You know, I remember even in the early days of Instagram and social media, it was just like very normal to see people going to town on celebrities and people defending them like it was their brother or their sibling. There's that infamous Leave Britney Alone video from the early 2000s and early YouTube. And even before then, you know, there's that one dude who like broke into John Lennon's house just to like talk to John Lennon. And it's like a funny story. I think John Lennon like invited him in for like a cup of tea and ended up boring him so much that the stalker just left. But yeah, I think creating these parasocial relationships with celebrities is weird and I don't get it. And I realistically have never engaged in that. So it's strange to me. And again, I don't want to alienate anyone, making them feel like they're less for interacting in these celebrity pages. But I guess my question is why? Like, am I missing something? Wouldn't it be cooler to maybe interact with your personal friends? I get it. Yeah, maybe it's just that a lot of these people are on the lonelier side and maybe don't have a support group or a support network to interact with and don't have their own issues. I feel like I have enough drama in my life. Not that I live a very dramatic life, but yeah, there's just a lot I have going on that allows me to stay focused or grounded in reality. And then just being able to visit these pages or these like fan pages and just seeing this discourse is strange. I'm like a visitor there. So all of this to say that I think it's weird, but not because anyone's wrong for it, just because I don't get it. And honestly, yeah, a little bit wrong. It's like, dude, maybe don't make somebody else who doesn't know you your whole personality. Seems like cultish. Seems weird. Anyway, this is a weird video, strange video. Wanted to just get back on here to talk about this weird phenomenon I've been seeing, which is just people bickering under just the most mundane pieces of celebrity activity. And then also just to talk about these two movies that I watched, which are pretty cool, pretty good. You guys should watch it. I think there's so many good reviews for them out there that me reviewing them wouldn't give you much, but I'll just say I like them. I like both of them a lot. I like Superman a little bit more. I think the soundtrack and the score are so sick. I really like all the music in that movie. The story itself is awesome. It made Superman one of my favorite superheroes when I used to think that Superman was like pretty lame and like a Boy Scout and just boring and mundane. And I'm excited. I hope the DCU universe, the DC cinematic universe or whatever continues. I would like to see more of this world expanded. I think it's as exciting as when Marvel started with Iron Man and like Captain America and Thor. So hopefully we see more of that, because the Snyder verse or whatever it was, fucking ass. That shit sucked. And I know a lot of people go like hard on the paint for that and defend that like they made it themselves, but that shit was whack. Like I don't think I've watched any of those movies without falling asleep. Anyway, so yes, celebrity weird pages, these two movies, check them out. Fantastic Four is pretty good. It's like an exciting time for Marvel fans again, I guess. And then lastly, just to upload something I haven't uploaded in a while, and I'm feeling under the weather. I'm working on these two really cool videos that, you know, one is involving a lot of research, and I think that the research that I'm putting into it is going to come up with like something more exciting for you guys to watch. And then there's another one that is also involving just a little bit more of investigation and kind of scripting. It's more formatted and scripted, and it's going to look a lot more like the earlier videos, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, I have one third video, but that's a little bit further away, which is a fun revisit to one of my older videos. I think some of you are going to be excited for that and have been asking for that in the comments, so we'll check that out. Other than that, things have been good. Sorry for being MIA for a little bit. Again, just work and health have been weird. Health has been weird. Work has been fun and great. But yeah, I'm back on track, I want to say. I'm going to be uploading constantly again, so watch out for that. Stay tuned for more videos. Let me know what you guys thought about these two movies and what you guys think about these celebrity gossip pages and more specifically the people who comment on that. But until next time, peace.